In 2014, the world's biggest Bitcoin exchange admitted that 850,000 Bitcoins had simply vanished. Today, those missing coins would be worth tens of billions of dollars. This is the story of Mt. Gox. It began, strangely, as a website for trading Magic the Gathering fantasy cards, built by programmer Jed McCaleb. Even the name was a leftover. Mt. Gox stood for Magic the Gathering Online Exchange. In July 2010, McCaleb relaunched the dormant site as something new, a place to buy and sell Bitcoin. Bitcoin was worth pennies back then, and almost nowhere on Earth would trade it for real money. The timing was perfect. As Bitcoin exploded, Mt. Gox became the front door to the entire crypto world. Within months, the site overwhelmed its creator, so he sold it to a French developer living in Tokyo. His name was Mark Karpeles, a shy coder who suddenly controlled the beating heart of Bitcoin. At its peak, Mt. Gox handled over 70% of every Bitcoin transaction on the planet. But there were warnings. In June 2011, hackers breached the site and crashed Bitcoin's price to 1 cent. The exchange survived that attack. What nobody realized was that the real robbery had not even started. Thieves had quietly gained access to the exchange's hot wallet, the digital vault holding customer coins. Starting in late 2011, coins began quietly trickling out of Mt. Gox, and they kept trickling for years. On the outside, Mt. Gox looked unstoppable. Inside, it was being drained like a leaking tank. Then, in February 2014, customers noticed something terrifying. Their withdrawals simply stopped going through. On February 7th, the exchange froze all Bitcoin withdrawals, blaming a technical bug in Bitcoin itself. Panicked traders flew to Tokyo and stood outside the headquarters in falling snow, holding protest signs. One sign asked the question the whole world wanted answered. Mt. Gox, where is our money? On February 28th, the company filed for bankruptcy and admitted the unthinkable. The coins were gone. 850,000 Bitcoins had vanished, roughly 7% of every Bitcoin in existence. At the time, that was nearly $500 million, the biggest theft in crypto history. Then came a bizarre twist. The company found 200,000 coins sitting in an old, forgotten wallet. That still left 650,000 Bitcoins missing, and nobody could explain where they had gone. In 2015, investigators dropped a bombshell. The coins had been stolen gradually ever since 2011. For years, the world's biggest Bitcoin exchange had been robbed in plain sight and never even noticed. Japanese police arrested Karpeles. Many people assumed the shy chief executive had stolen the fortune himself. But a Tokyo court found him guilty only of falsifying records. Of the theft itself, he was cleared. In 2017, police in Greece arrested a Russian accused of laundering billions tied to Mt. Gox. And in 2023, American prosecutors charged 2 Russian hackers with draining the exchange itself. But the strangest part of this story is not the theft. It is what happened to the victims. The recovered coins sat frozen in legal limbo for a decade, while Bitcoin's price kept on climbing. By 2024, each coin was worth roughly 100 times its price when Mt. Gox collapsed. That July, a full decade after the collapse, victims finally began receiving repayments. Many got back only a fraction of their coins, yet far more money than they had originally lost. And crypto has never forgotten the lesson that was written at Mt. Gox. Not your keys, not your coins.